Hello everybody, my name is Dmitry and my topic for today is share purchase by a foreign investor in Russian LLC. How to check the company before purchase, how to close a deal in a safe way. Watch this video till the end and you will learn how to avoid fatal mistakes that can lead to loss of investments. Globalization is gaining momentum and foreign investments in the Russian market are often beneficial to both foreign investors and Russia in general. If you have decided to purchase a share in a Russian LLC, you should definitely check the company before the purchase, and this must be done before the deal is closed, so that you won't be surprised after the re-registration learning a lot of new things about it, and won't face a number of difficulties. We recommend checking the company according to the following criteria. First, you need to request the originals of all constituent documents. The set of documents may vary depending on the company's registration date and the number of changes to it. It is important to check what changes have been made during the entire period of the company's activity, whether all the changes have been registered in accordance with the applicable law and whether all the documents are available. It is impossible to conduct legal review on your own and not to miss anything. We strongly recommend that you contact your lawyer to perform this review. Then you should request primary accounting documents. This includes waybills, acts, claims, vouchers, orders, accounts and reports, and this is not remotely a complete list. When you make sure that all the documents are available, we also recommend that you contact specialists to perform an audit review. A qualified auditor will prepare a conclusion for you containing information on the company's financial standing, on the presence of outstanding obligations to both counterparties and the budget. You should also contact a lawyer and carefully check the company's assets, real estate, registered trademarks or patents, and other assets which may be the only reason why you are planning to acquire this business. A competent lawyer will thoroughly analyze all the documents so that after the purchase of the company you won't end up just buying a legal entity and not the assets that you need. Also, in order to buy a share in a company, its actual value has to be determined by the independent assessors. Thus, you will know the exact real value of the company you are planning to acquire. Another important matter a foreign investor should be aware of before buying a company is your full knowledge of the current Russian legislation in the field of foreign participants' shareholding in Russian business. There are restrictions, for example, on participation of foreigners in some areas of activity or restrictions on application of certain taxation systems and others. You will learn about all the company's activities as a result of checking all the fields of activity it is engaged in. So, after all the checks, you make a positive decision to buy a company or a share in it. Where should you start the procedure and how should you legally register the acquisition of a share in an existing LLC? Let's consider all options of a company purchase possible in our case. Option 1. Purchase and sale of a share and execution of a notarial contract. First, a seller notifies the other members in the LLC about the upcoming transaction. According to the federal law concerning LLCs, the members have 30 days to decide whether to exercise the right to purchase or to refuse it. Second, upon the receipt of a refusal from all the members and the legal entity itself, the seller may sell its share to other persons, both individuals and legal entities. Violation of this condition, as well as the failure to obtain the consent of at least one of the members, may lead to the share sale transaction being disputed in court. Then, a set of documents is collected. There is only one step left before contacting a notary, but it is the most important. Let's start with the documents for a foreign businessman. If you want to purchase a share as an individual, a foreign citizen, you will need a passport as a citizen of a foreign country, plus its notarized translation. In case you don't speak Russian or don't know the terminology of Russian business language, a certified translator must be present at the transaction with you. In case the buyer of the share is a foreign legal entity, then a set of constituent documents is required, and an extract from the country's Register of Legal Entities or its equivalent. These documents must be duly certified and translated into Russian. Here, a full set of documents depends on the company's country of registration. Therefore, contact a lawyer to specify the exact and complete list of documents. So, we defined the documents for a foreign participant in the transaction. Now let's consider the remaining list of documents. A citizen of the Russian Federation who sells the share will need a passport. If one of the parties is present through a representative, he or she must have a notarized power of attorney available, specifying all the powers related to this transaction. It is imperative that you have all the constituent documents of the company with you, including all the changes or amendments, certificates, minutes, certificates of payment for shares, etc. In the absence of even one of these documents, the notary will refuse to perform the transaction. If the seller or the buyer is officially married, the spouse must provide a notarized consent to the sale and purchase transaction. Exactly, the sale and purchase contract itself should be provided, as well as an application for the changes completed in accordance with the requirements of the law. Finally, the notarial contract itself. If all the requirements are met, the notary certifies the signatures of the seller and the buyer, and after that sends the entire set of documents for the state registration to the Federal Tax Service, charged with the functions of the registration authority in your region. However, the share in the LLC is transferred to the new owner at the moment the notary certifies the transaction. After 5 working days, you can receive a record sheet from the Unified State Register of Legal Entities confirming the share purchase in the LLC from the notary. That's all about the first option, and now option 2. Here, a share purchase in an LLC by a foreign investor is performed through registration of a new member of the LLC through an increase in the authorized share capital. First, to understand whether this option is suitable for you, check whether the charter of the LLC contains a prohibition on increasing the authorized capital due to the third party's investments. Second, only after you make sure of that, it is necessary to file an application in a free form addressed to the director of the company with a request to accept you as a member of the company. And it is necessary to indicate the amount of the contribution, how you plan to effect it, and the desired share in the authorized capital. The director accepts the document by signing the application and applying the seal of the company. After this, it is necessary to prepare a new edition of the charter or an amendment to it, which will reflect the new size of the authorized share capital. The next step is the adoption of the decision to increase the authorized capital, to amend the charter, and to add a new member by the general meeting, by the member or the sole member. In this case, the decision of the sole member must be notarized, and the notary shall execute a certificate of the general meeting. Then, you make the contribution to the authorized capital and may file the documents for registration. The complete list of documents for registration contains the application for an increase in the authorized capital, a notarized copy of the certified decision to increase the authorized capital, or the minutes of the general meeting increasing the authorized capital. After 5 working days, you can receive the record sheet from the Unified State Register of Legal Entities, a confirmation of the registration of changes. Today, we told you how a foreign investor can become a share owner in a limited liability company. However, it is better to contact a qualified lawyer for the analysis of documents and assistance in registration. The lawyers of urvista law firm are such specialists. We consult you about all the nuances of doing business in the Russian Federation, prepare the necessary documents, and will fully assist you in all and every issue. Thank you for your interest in our YouTube channel. Subscribe, watch informational videos, like us, and ask questions to receive answers from qualified experts. See you!